Okay. Vortex, I know. It's like, ooh, she's so sexy. She's so sexy. What's going on? What's going on with those legs? Ooh. No. Do not think of me like that. I will puke on you. I will puke on you. And I'll beat you to death with this stick that I have in my car. Okay? Just to let you know what's coming if you try to touch me or whatever. See, that's how women need to be. You know, with men. They need to be, like, aggressive when and where it matters. Not, like... I mean, it's like all these women are just, like... It's, like, after the fact. So you're, like, bitching about something that happened, what, like... 2 to 10 years ago or whatever, because you didn't say what you wanted to say at the time, and you didn't, like, let somebody know how you really felt. And so, like, that's what women do, and it's almost like they do that shit on purpose just so they can play the victim about it. Just so they're like a perpetual victim that always puts themselves in the same situation where they can say they were taken advantage of, or, you know, some man disrespected them or whatever the fuck. And that's not just women that do that. I mean, I see men do it a lot too, but I feel like that's like more like feminine quality. And the reason why I say that is just because of like how emotionally irresponsible women are. I used to be this type of woman, mainly because I didn't understand that, like, you know, being adopted, like, you know, not knowing my parents, you know, like, of course, like, my adopted parents are awesome, and it took me a long time to get to that point where we had a good relationship, because I've always been the black sheep of my family, but, like, you know, that really fucked me up for a long time, but, you know, I made a lot of mistakes because of that shit, because I just had a lot of stuff going on inside my head that I didn't understand. So naturally I was, you know, self-destructive and kind of manipulative, like emotionally, because I just didn't want somebody to leave me. But then I like pushed them away anyway, you know, so just stupid, you know, like. Quiet, Fiona. Quiet. Quiet. Oh my god, that feels so amazing. So, anyway, yeah, I did stand-up comedy tonight at a coffee shop. And considering, like, how small the room was and how very few people were there, I think I did pretty well. But it's always weird there. It's always weird doing comedy in, like, the back room of a coffee shop. So, there's, like, a bar at the coffee shop, too. Yeah, I told you. I ate a piece of fruit today. I ate several pieces of fruit, actually. I had avocado, banana, an apple, and a fuck ton of cucumbers. So I had a vegetable, too. So, and spinach. We've just been chowing on spinach on the drive back. Sweating our balls off. Balls up here, not down here, because God wanted them here, not down there, or he would have put them down there. See, when I say things like that, it's funny because, like, there'll always be somebody in the audience that goes, ooh. Like, they're just, like, so shocked that I said it like that. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you and your demon-possessed bullshit. Okay, because it is. It really is, and they don't see it, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm never being mean. I would be way meaner if I was just, like, going along with it like everybody else. And I mean, a lot of them, they're ignorant, so they don't know any better. They think that's what they're supposed to do. You know, they think they're a better person because they're liberal, because they look at conservatives like they're just a bunch of selfish pieces of shit, and honestly, I mean, yeah, they are. But, like, neither one of the political parties do anything for the people of this country. They do way more for immigrants than they do for anybody that actually lives here, which is just stupid, like, and does not make any sense. Like, you can talk about how great immigrants are and shit, but it's like, their social programs that they're using are, like, taking from all the people that live here, and a lot of them don't pay taxes, so it's kind of an issue, you know, for a lot of reasons. And then you have, like, a large, you know, demographic of people that are of a completely different nationality, and you know, I know that, like, Republicans say, like, oh yeah, they're trying to change the fucking demographics and shit. They weren't saying that shit before Nick Fuentes said it. I'll just give him that, because he's been talking about that. Fucking Ann Coulter's been talking about that shit since, like, the 70s. Everybody just says she's a cunt. Yeah, Ann Coulter, she's pretty harsh about it. But, yeah, Nick's definitely talked about it. Like, I can see how it's beneficial to all the corporations, and, it's beneficial to, like, big business. Hire a bunch of immigrants. Like, that's the whole point. The Industrial Revolution did the same fucking thing. So, people don't realize that, like, it's the technology in juxtaposition with big business, and just with, you know, I don't want to keep, like, vilifying capitalism, but, you know, just money, that profit, that's all they care about is profit. So it's like, yeah, they're gonna hire as many people as they can that work really fast, and, you know, or people that are just warm bodies that'll get paid, like, half the amount that they would pay some, like, you know, American. And then they can pay them under the table. There's all kinds of shit that they're willing to do. So, it's like, that's why it's just stupid to, like, follow the laws, you know? I mean, like, look what, like, they're doing to their own country. Like, look at what they're doing to their own citizens. Like, they're just sabotaging everybody that lives here. So, it's like, there's just so much to it. And not to hate on immigrants, because, you know, it's like, yeah, they're just taking full advantage. I don't blame them at all. I don't blame them for that at all, because a lot of them are thinking about their families, but, you know, some of them are just pieces of shit, though. It's stupid to, like, not admit that. I mean, like, if you can talk a bunch of shit about white people, like, you can talk shit about any fucking race, dude. You can talk shit about any group of people. Like, if you want to talk about equality and all this other bullshit, and then you want to talk a bunch of shit about white people, like, what the fuck? Like, you just completely contradicted yourself. Not that you give a fuck about that, but, like, it's just dumb. Like, there are problems with everybody. It's just some people, you know, specifically black people, make their problems a lot more obvious, okay? And also, like, the media talks about them all the time to get them riled up, so that people continue to believe this stereotype about them. And I feel like it's more like reinforcing this stereotype on themselves. Like, they get, like, swept up in this idea that they're, like, a thug, or, you know, gotta sell drugs, and you know, carry around a gun and shit. I mean, a lot of white people do that too, but yeah, but there's specific music that's devoted to, like, a certain group of people that's, like, all about that. No, I mean, all the music's getting so degenerate, though. I mean, it's so bad. I can't even listen to that shit anymore. I'm just like, really? This is on the radio?